We've already pre-soaked this. I'm just putting a new layer of fresh cleaner on it so it reacts better with the water. Again, if you're cleaning on the regular, the one dose should be enough, but this one had a fair amount of buildup on it. Again, I like to work from the top down, so I'm just going to, important while you're cleaning the knobs, make sure that you're not turn the gas on, which is why I'm holding them so they can't turn on accidentally. You're gonna just need to redip so you've got water and you've got the grease rinsed out. As far as you guys go, this would be a good time to have your kitchen window cracked or your hood fan on. I do not have ours on, so it's not interrupting with the sound of the video. And then you're just taking your dry rag and wiping off the excess. Now, if you wipe up spills from things baking over the same day after the oven cools down, it makes your oven cleaning a lot less effort. But if you leave stuff spilt, obviously you're going to have to put a little more elbow grease into it. It's important as you're cleaning the lid or the roof of your oven to clean from the front to the back. That way you're not splattering yourself in the face. If you're somebody that's on the shorter side, I recommend getting one side of your door. That way it's not in your way to do your back panel. Now's a good time to wipe the excess off of where you've already cleaned with your sponge. So now we have ovens with light bulbs. I recommend taking your light bulb out before you start your cleaning process. I didn't say that in the earlier video, but I had already done it, so that's why I'm cleaning in the dark. Once you get your back and your ceiling done, you can put your light bulb back in, and then that way it will give you more light to see to clean the rest of it. Other side to do. Your best bet is to, when you're cleaning with a degreasing agent, to wear rubber gloves. I am not, because I have got calluses and years of doing this. I don't, but you really probably should. I believe it says so on the containers. Before I clean the bottom, which is where most of your buildup is going to be, I'm going to get this side wiped down to get all the excess grease off. And again, if you've let it go long enough, you may have to retreat. And the other thing you can do is get your sponge all good and wrung out, and then wipe down a side you've already wiped down. If you're not turning brown again from grease, means you've probably got all of it off. On the bottom in here, you're going to find, as you start to clean, any of these spots that were already dark, that's going to be a heavy amount of buildup. You're even going to have these spots right here, like the black spots. That is baked on really well, but it will come off and get back to the original surface. You just may have to do it a layer at a time. Then we're just gonna do our scratch pad over it. If you've had a lot of spills, you're gonna have a lot of that buildup right here in the channel. Again, that's sloped, so any liquids will flow and funnel right there, but your burner is right under that. So if you have a spill like that, I recommend, as soon as the oven is cooled, to wipe that out. And it will make your life a lot easier from a cleaning side of the equation. It also will keep you from getting that yucky burny smell or run the risk of that burning and causing your CO detector to go off. So when you get to these spots that are really baked on, what I recommend doing is take some oven cleaner and redose it. Take your butter knife or whatever you've been using, and just kind of go over it a bit. And you're going to go back at it with your scratcher. It disappears right off there. I'm not really putting any pressure. It's just the metal scratching back and forth is what's breaking it loose with the cleaner. The bigger and thicker that is, the more dose you have to do to get it back off there, but it will all come off. It's also important to clean the lip where your oven seal goes. That'll make the oven seal last longer. You can probably, if you do it regular enough, do it with your scratchy sponge and never even need an abrasive scrubber like I'm using. Your oven door is the same concept. You just want to rinse all the grease out of your... I start with the glass so the water can kind of collect in here and keep working on some of these baked on splattered spots while I move on to the outer edge. It's also going to be important to at least mop up where you're cleaning when you're done cleaning. Now, I mop the floor last, so that's part of me doing this, so I already know that I'll have to mop the floor when I'm done. But if it's not your day to mop your floor, then you're just going to want to wipe up the mess that we've made, because you're going to have greasy water on the floor under you. And then I'm just gently wiping in between the seal and the lip. You don't want to be too abrasive here, because you'll pop the clips out of your seal or damage your seal. And then I'm just doing the other side of it. If you have a baked on spot like that on the seal, this is where you just got to put some elbow grease into it, because your metal thing will not work. But it is possible to get that off as well. And with each layer you take off, you may have to re-soak, but it will all come back off there. It's just a matter of putting in the time and effort. I just do the same thing around the outer lip. The outer edge of your door while you're already right here. I also recommend wiping down the outer edge of your stove where the door is going to meet. Re-hit your glass, wiping it down with your dry rag. You could go over it first with your wet rag if you'd like. It's a good time to wipe out the inside so you don't have as much of that smell when you first turn your oven back on from the cleaner. And there she is. And then of course at that point, then you just do your handle and your door, and you're going to repeat the same cycle on your boiler compartment.